Hi there. So it hasn't even been an hour since I last did the first chapter, and if you can't already tell, it kind of got dark because it's, as of right now, because it's January, it gets dark around 6-ish. So that's why it's dark right now. But anyways, it's not even been an hour yet, and I already want to read more of it because I love it so much. And so, Divergent by Veronica Roth, I'll say it in front of every single video for credit and everything. And again, like I said for the first one, I'll probably say in everyone, go watch the introduction video so you understand what I'm doing and you don't think I'm insane, and maybe watch what I said in the first chapter video so I don't have to repeat myself over and over and over again. But same thing with the pronunciation, I'll have issues, that kind of stuff, and we can get started. And I think this lamp kind of, if I faint at one point, it's because the lamp is very bright, and I kind of go, I start slowly going and blacking out. So, yeah, glad we got that covered. Okay, and because it's very bright, and maybe I should turn this. Oh, that feels better. Okay, hopefully the lighting's still good, but at least my eyes aren't killing me, and I'm not blacking out. So, let's get started. Veronica Roth, Divergent, Chapter Dose. Okay. Go watch the first chapter so you know what's going on. And I'm in no way trying to copy the book or anything. It's just go watch the introduction video because I'm not doing it just to read it. It's because acting, practicing, that kind of stuff, and I hope I'm not doing anything wrong with reading the whole book and stuff. Okay. Now that I'm done with the introduction, here we go. Let's get started. Okay. Let's take a swag of my drink, so my voice clear. Okay. Tryst mode. Okay. The test began after lunch. We sit at the long tables in the cafeteria, and the test administrators call 10 names at a time, one for each testing room. I sit next to Caleb and across from our neighbor Susan. Susan's father travels throughout the city for his job, so he has a car and drives her to and from school every day. He offered to drive us too, but as Caleb says, we prefer to leave later and would not want to inconvenience him. Of course not. The test administrators are mostly abnegation volunteers, although there is an erudite in one of the testing rooms and a dauntless in another to test those of us from abnegation, because the rules state that we can't be tested by someone from our new faction. The rules also say that we can't prepare for the test in any way, so I don't know what to expect. My gaze drifts from Susan to the dauntless table across from the room. They are laughing and shouting and playing cards. At another set of tables, the erudite, or again, pronunciation, factions, tell me how to pronounce it. It's the same day, so I don't really know. Okay, good. Back to the story. At another set of tables, the erudite chatter over books and newspapers, in constant pursuit of knowledge. A group of Amity girls in yellow and red sit in a circle on the cafeteria floor, playing some kind of hand-slapping game involving a rhyming song. Every few minutes I hear a chorus of laughter from them as someone is eliminated and has to sit in the center of the circle. At the table next to them, candor boys make wide gestures with their hands. They appear to be arguing about something, but it must not be serious, because some of them are still smiling. At the abnegation table, we sit quietly and wait. Faction customs dictate even idle behavior and supersede individual preference. And supersede, sorry, I think I pronounced that wrong. And supersede individual preference. I doubt all the erudite want to study all the time, or that every candor enjoys a lively debate. But they can't defy the norms of their factions any more than I can. Caleb's name is called in the next group. He moves confidently toward the exit. I don't need to wish him luck or assure him that he shouldn't be nervous. He knows where he belongs, and as far as I know, he always has. My earliest memory of him is from when we were 4 years old. He scolded me for not giving my jump rope to a little girl on the playground who didn't have anything to play with. He doesn't lecture me often anymore, but I have his look of disapproval memorized. I have tried to explain to him that my instincts are not the same as his. It didn't even enter my mind to give my seat to the candy man on the bus, but he doesn't understand. Just do what you're supposed to, he always says. It is that easy for him. It should be that easy for me. My stomach wrenches. I close my eyes and keep them closed until 10 minutes later, when Caleb sits down again. He is plaster pale. He pushes his palms along his legs like I do when I wipe sweat, and when he brings them back, his fingers shake. I open my mouth to ask him something, but the words don't come. I am not allowed to ask him about his results, and he is not allowed to tell me. An abnegation volunteer speaks the next round of names. 2 from Dauntless, 2 from Erudite, 2 from Amity, 2 from Candor, and then, from Abnegation, Susan Black and Beatrice Pryor. I get up because I'm supposed to, but if it were up to me, I would stay in my seat for the rest of time. I feel like there is a bubble in my chest that expands more by the second, threatening to break me apart from the inside. I follow Susan to the exit. The people I pass probably can't tell us apart. We wear the same clothes and we wear our blonde hair the same way. The only difference is that Susan might not feel like she's going to throw up, and from what I can tell, her hands aren't shaking so hard she has to clutch the hem of her dress to steady them. Waiting for us outside the cafeteria is a row of 10 rooms. They are used only for the aptitude test, so I have never been in one before. Unlike the other rooms in the school, they are separated not by glass, but by mirrors. I watch myself, pale and terrified, walking toward one of the doors. Susan grins nervously at me as she walks into room 5, and I walk into room 6, where a dauntless woman waits for me. She's not as severe looking as the young dauntless I have seen. She has small, dark, angular eyes and wears a black blazer, like a man's suit, and jeans. It is only when she turns to close the door that I see a tattoo on the back of her neck, a black and white hawk with a red eye. If I didn't feel like my heart had migrated to my throat, I would ask her what it signifies. It must signify something. Mirrors cover the inner walls of the room. I can see my reflection from all angles. The gray fabric obscuring the shape of my back, my long neck, my knobby-knuckled hands, red with a blood blush. The ceiling glows white with light. In the center of the room is a reclined chair, like a dentist, with a machine next to it. It looks like a place where terrible things happen. "Don't worry," the woman says. "It doesn't hurt." Her hair is black and straight, but in the light I see that it is streaked with gray. "Have a seat and get comfortable," she says. "My name is Tori." Clumsily, I sit in the chair and recline, putting my head on the headrest. The lights hurt my eyes. Tori busies herself with the machine on my right. I try to focus on her and not on the wires in her hands. "Why the hawk?" I blurt out as she attaches an electrode to my forehead. "Never met a curious abnegation before," she says, raising her eyebrows at me.